Putting your 2022 pendings into Engage. So now that we've gone into Engage and put our 2022 goals in, we want to make sure that all of our pendings are in. So if I'm in the Engage dashboard, I'm going to select goals. And here I could see all of my closed transactions, which pulls automatically from the MLS. However, I'm going to click right under it to active and pending, and I can see my pending transaction that I put in connected to a client. So I can see whether I have them all in there, maybe none of them in there, or maybe I have some, but I'm missing a couple. And we want to go in and add all of the missing pendings that we have going into 2022. So I'm going to go under People, My People. And then I'm going to search for a client. If your client's not in here, you can always add them right up at the top, or you can search for a specific one in order to add this transaction in. I will then select this client, and we can see right down here, I have that one that I used to test earlier of an estimated closing on this date. Then I have this option, add transaction right here. So you can always add multiple transactions to a client, maybe buyer and seller, or maybe I have to come in here and delete this one because it fell through and I'm going to start a new transaction with them. If they're not in a sales flow at all, this button will appear. If this button is not here, then it could be because they're in the marketing sales plan, and that's going to show up down here. And if you select on that, it would then allow you to move them to prospect right up here. So add transaction. We will click buyer. I like to be specific and put in that property address specifically, since I already have a property address one. And then if it has an MLS, great. You can just simply, I copied and pasted one earlier, grab that MLS, it's going to pop up down here, select it, and then it's going to link and all the information is going to come through here. I could add, maybe a spouse if it's connected or not, and any additional details, and click done. If it's a non-MLS, we're going to come up here and select that, and then you would fill out the information. So testing address that lives in a city of North Carolina with a zip code of 11111. Then we could come in here and we're going to put a target price or the price of the specific house. If we're just moving this directly to pending, we don't really have to worry about any of this. We could type in who we want it to be connected to. I can always delete and then add additional details and click done. Now, this just kind of put them in that prospect phase. So we want to move them to active, yes. And then we want to move them to that pending zone, and it's going to ask you for a closing date. So maybe February 11th. Yes. And now it's in the pending phase. So that's what you would do for your different clients, to just attach that MLS listing. If you have all those, it makes it pretty easy. And then just make sure you move them to the pending. You know you're in the right spot when that calendar pops up asking you for that closing date. We can see it's now down here to 11. And if I go into my goals right here and go under active and pending, make sure you click over here, and then I'll see the one that I just added. And that's how you can add your pendings so that you're ready for that new year. You have your 2022 goal in, and now you have your 2022 pendings in. Thank you.